Hello everybody, Reggie Time here, and for all you Hold'em lovers out there, we're going to do a 20NL speed poker session on iPoker, just for why not. We've done some PLO videos lately, and I'll be testing the patience of some of the Hold'em lovers, and we've got to try and keep everybody happy, and I'm really quite enjoying poker at the moment, so we're going to make a lot of videos whilst we're not on Sky and just bang some content out, because who knows when we're going to be doing it next. I'm going to bluff here. No showdown value. Doesn't look like I'd have punt as a king. Might hero with a 9, who knows? And just folds. Can't bother doing like hand reviews at Hold'em. I struggle to find hands that I find interesting, so therefore if I don't find them interesting, you guys might not, but fuck it, we'll just play some speed poker and we'll talk about whichever spots come up, and if we get like a really interesting hand, we'll take some time to take a look at it in more detail. Didn't catch the start of the session when I ran really hot and built up this stack here, unfortunately. Oh yeah, don't forget to do all the liking and stuff, please. It's clearly really important to me, and it's nice if you do. Please do join the Facebook group though, that is important to me. I'm enjoying building the Facebook group. It's getting bigger and bigger all the time. It's getting more and more people who are actively contributing, and I just think it's a nice environment, it's a nice thing, and I think it's a really good, safe place for microstakes players who maybe haven't found a great deal of success yet. By the way, ignore these HUD stats. I've got them there just because I'm just trying to pay attention to them bit by bit and just see what's going on with my various opponents, but they're not accurate. It doesn't work on iPoker. I think if you're one table it works. If you play more than one table it just doesn't work. As you can see, it's not even at this table. This one's like seems to be one hand behind all the time, so don't look at the HUD stats and think, why is he doing that against that person, because the stats aren't relevant to the person all of the time. I mean, this hand they seem to be, next hand maybe they won't be, who knows. But while we've got stats, we'll just check out his button steal percentage, 46%, defend the 7-5 and get the worst flop in the history of the world for 7-5. Queen 4. I'm going to full top pair there. It's pretty weak, I guess, but he's let out into 2 people. We have top pair, no kicker. We can't exactly look to go calling down multiple streets. Games are pretty fast. I like that. We're going to play speed poker. We want it fast. I like the fact it's like not always 6-handed too, because I mean, under the gun, middle position, boring. All I do is fold them positions anyway most of the time, so let's just not have them some of the time. I'm certainly going to 3-bet the Jack Queen suited here against Optimizer. This is the same night that I made the most recent PLO video. You might ask yourself, why is Reggie not playing PLO? It's because it's broke me again for the time being. Not broke me financially, broke me mentally. Mentally, it has fucked with me again. Anyways, let's get back to that in a moment. Easy squeeze here with the aces. Easy 3-bet with the King Jack suited. Not a squeeze, so it's a 3-bet, isn't it? Not a squeeze, get your terminology right, Reggie boy. Xiao Mao. out, sat upon. Calls. We like that. Really good flop. I mean, the only way we'll beat here is if he's flopped a set, and if he's flopped a set, then good for him. We're going to pay off here if it's small. Checks, we're just going to check back. Don't really get value from anything. Maybe a queen if he's in there with like a queen 10 or something, but that doesn't make sense why he would bet the turn really. Chop it up. Yeah, so PLO, I've made money. I made quite a bit of money on Sky. Actually made like way over 100 quid. And I made about overall 20 on Bet365 tonight. But it was tough. It's just fucking, it's a tough game, and the rake is fucking huge. After I played another session, I think I paid like buying and raking something like 600 hands, and I can't get my head around that. I mean, if I was fucking crushing the games, I wouldn't care how much rake I was paying. But I'm not sure I do crush it. The equities run so close together, even against bad players. I've not been getting it in great, and I don't know. I don't know if I'm just fucking rubbish at the game. I don't know if it's just like close to unbeatable at the micro stakes. I think the game definitely could do with getting a little bit of relief from the rakes. If sites were like to like cut the rake in half or something, they still make a ton, but I guess it's not in their interests to do that. I'm going to do here with this 8-10 suited. We're just going to call with it. We can't 3-bet everything. We are going to check raise this flop though, and that's for sure. No, we're not, so we're just going to bet the turn and bet the river instead. Check raise denied, so we go bet instead. No, we don't. We just go bet. So yeah, you won't be seeing PLO content for a little while. Not sure what I'm going to be doing, because I don't really want to be on Sky when all the fucking rake races are on. I may as well be doing this, what I'm doing now. I'd be playing like 20 or 30 NL snap, or 20 NL on here. Because I mean, just fuck Sky and fuck the rake races basically. You know, I'll pop back there weekends and do a bit of bum hunting like 2 o'clock on a fucking Saturday morning or something like that. I'll be all over that, but we're not going to be putting like the daily grind in there. They win the 9-8 versus a small 3-bet, flop second pair. Don't love it. He checks, which is nice. There's some sizings I would call, but I mean, it's not the worst board for us. I guess we have to call once. Oh, that river. That river is more annoying than my wife. And then he just pots it. So maybe he just rivered a flush or something and didn't see you at the flop, who knows. Maybe he just bluffed. Seems unlikely, but maybe he did. Either way, he won, which is I guess all that matters. Three-bet again, this time by Wizard. Again, we're going to have to defend. His 3-bet isn't really big enough, and our hand's really pretty. And he just absolutely blasts into us. I don't really see any reason to raise here. We can't fold, I don't think. Probably up against an overpair. We turn the nut flush draw. Bollocks. Oh dear me. Dear. What are we going to do? We have like 2 paired outs, trip outs, flush outs. We can't fall for this price. Probably just fold the river if he jams and we don't improve. We can't hero down now. I think we just had too good odds on the turn to fold. We have to call a flop. We can't really fold the turn given that we just picked up a bunch of equity, and then we totally break out, and I think fuck you poker. I'm jamming the turn to be spewed though. We have no fold equity on the turn. We must just take our odds, try and improve, and give up when we don't. If we had much deeper stacks there, we could consider just fucking ramming it in his face. But he didn't. He like bet more than half his stack, and when people bet more than half the stack, typically don't fold. But we were getting good pot odds because we turned the draw. Not defending the 4 deuce versus the 3 bet. Regan 84, there's my 10-year-old kid brother there, kicking it off with a race. Ten years younger kid brother, not my 10-year-old kid brother. Jesus, I'm a dick. I mean, he checks back. There's some turns I would just bet, but the ace wouldn't be one of them. He's going to check back a ton of ace X. If it comes to like 9 or an 8 or another deuce or something, then absolutely would have just took a stab. I haven't done that for a while on video. Parp. Parpy parp parp parp. I'm going to barrel good turns. Jack of clubs isn't one of them. We would have barreled anything. Give us a good shot, a flush draw. Jack of clubs. It's pretty neutral card. It doesn't change very much, but don't think we're going to barrel on it. He bets a king on the river though, so we're just going to go with an overbet. Surely he leads a king on the river. And when he doesn't, then if he's still checking a weak king and heroes, then more power to him. Crap guy, crap ganoy. You've been 3 bets, sir. Quite missed doing the old live sweat video. A bit different. We flopped second pair. And we are going to check it back. I'm going to call the turn if he bets. Our hand's pretty invulnerable at this point. He's going to go for a bet on the river if he checks the 3rd time. But really small though, because I'm really not sure what he can call with. I'm going to just give him a chance to call with like all his pocket pairs. But he folds. Same push to 3 bets. We're going to definitely defend this deep with our 3-6 suited. He does not though. Need to check with the King Jack on table 1. I'm going to go with the 3 bet here. We open ourselves up to the 4 bet, but versus a min raise. We want to be checking. We want to be betting. Doubt we're going to get raised very much on this board. When we see bet, it's pretty dry. If we get called, then we're just going to try and improve on the turn. The 3 of clubs does not improve us. Jack does, but probably not enough. I mean, we're just hoping that we just beat some like pocket pairs. It's going to have like some weak ace X and stuff here that just doesn't fall but doesn't want to bet. We're not going to bet. And we win. Is he going to tell us what we won with? No. Information denied. But if we click that, it might bring it up somewhere. Who knows? 7-9 suited he had. Very good chance we're just going to call this. Not when he pots it. We were going to call, but when he pots it, and like he doesn't bet very much. But at the same time, he's going to have way better hands to call with here than Ace King. Pocket 10s, pocket 9s, stuff like that. I kind of want to call, but we're not going to. Maybe we should have. All the time they're just going to like have like quads that he's just, well, not very often I guess, not a lot of the time. And but like if he just like randomly bet a queen on the flop or something, then checked when he's hit, or maybe he's just got some kind of pocket pair that he just kind of knows is good. Versus smaller bets that I pay off with a very high frequency, but versus pot size bets I'm not too asked. Either can just have it for a pot size bet. Excuse me. Pappy papping tonight. That is not a particularly pleasant flop with the queens. And some regulars I would probably see bet here, but this Weather, I noticed his stats beforehand, he seems pretty loose and bad. And then when he bets that big, again, people want to choose pot with their pot. So if people want to choose like pot size bets with the bluffs, then they're going to have a decent amount of success versus me. But I don't believe people are choosing pot with a high frequency with the bluffs. I think usually it's just people with a hand that they like and try to protect it, or they're just being too greedy for value. These are PLO pot sizings. I should probably have a less than half pot bet in here somewhere, but yeah, in fact we'll probably just get on with it and do it now, can't we? Get that out of the way. I guess we're just going to shove here against Mindy. Right, let's sort these bet sizes out. Where do we do it? How do we do it? How do we do it? How do we do it? There, table. Good flop over there. We like that. Configure betting buttons. We'll have you at 40. We'll have you at 60. And we'll have you at 80. Seems a bit better. No reason to raise here with our top pair nut flush draw. Very good chance we check raise the turn. Doesn't allow us. See, he's not going to have as many bluffs here if we check call river, but I don't think he checks back an ace very often. We're just going to put like a little blocker bet out there, and we can certainly get called by worse. Wow, how does he not bet his queen on the turn there? Do you hate money, sir? Do you fucking hate money? Super dry board, and you do not double barrel your top pair good kicker. Sweet baby Jesus and the orphans, and what is going on with these fucking people? There's just no reason I can possibly think of that makes him want to check that turn back. I mean, nah, there's just no fucking reason, is there? Other than just scared, basically. That's just someone who's scared. I mean, it's just a dead easy bet and then fold on the incredibly rare occasions that you get raised. I mean, that seems like a dreadful check back to me. I mean, just bet. Just fucking bet. Top pair good kicker. Let's go. Bet, bet, bet. You know, how hard can it fucking be? How hard can it be to go bet, bet, bet with your top pair, top kicker? Bet, hope they call. Bet, hope they call. Bet, hope they call. To raise, then reevaluate. This Wes is a weird player. Seems to like have some particularly interesting bet sizing strategies. It typically involve him mashing the pot button. 3-bet here, Queen 8 suited in position. This guy hasn't 3-bet once in 74 hands, so we'll respect it. Saint Pusher seems very loose aggressive. We'll bear that in mind when we get in pots against him going forward. Let's have a vape, Reggie. Slurp of OJ. Shake me tic tacs. And let's go. Flop bottom pair, we'll kick it off with the bet. Should have gone bigger there, really. Should have gone bigger. No, it's just a check fold. You guys that are vaping out there, if you see a flavour called, what's this one called? Campfire. Give it a whirl. It's very smooth, very pleasant. I do eat mint while I'm doing it, but that's more to do with the fact that vaping makes my mouth go incredibly dry, so having the mint in promotes saliva, which is not a nice picture, I guess. This guy's pretty passive. We do have like gut shot and a backdoor flush draw on an overcard, but I'm going to respect him for the time being. king tag. This dude is a fish with his 10 big blind stack. And give this guy the lunatic tag. I'm gonna go with that one, I think. Might stand out more. Check call flop here, super trivial on table 1. Even when he pots it, or near enough pots, I still think it's a check call. Probably going to check fold versus a big turn bet, although he shouldn't have much 4x in his range. I'll pay off on the river. It hurts us to have a jack in hand because we block jack 10, etc. But our hand's under repped by now. I've got a queen ball then. Good for him. Saint pusher, we have the overpair in the 3-bet pot. He's an aggro motherfucker. We're going to go for a check shove on this turn. Give him a chance to bluff with any floats that he had. He had a bit deep for it, but fuck it. He shouldn't have much 2x. No, he's just betting small. Do we just call and call again here? I'd rather bet bigger. And call, I think. Oh, he said call and call. Don't see how he has 2x. I'm worried about pocket 4s. That's about it. King 10 of clubs. Happy days. Happy, 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 happy days. Nice to pick up a bluff from a very loose aggressive player. I like that. I like the fact we thought it through. We tailored our line specifically to our opponent, and we got him to donate a full stack to us. Well, a full stack and a half almost, wasn't it? Anything about Umstein. He's not playing a full stack, so we're going to 3-bet the ace jack. Jams we're going to fold. Do like this 4-handed. Considering I'm a fucking nit, quite enjoying the 4-handed stuff and just not having to deal with under the gun and getting called and being out of position a lot. I like it. Big Fat Sam, a stunning tribute to the former England manager. We flop a gut shot. We are not going to see bet. Turn an open ender. We are now going to bet. And we miss, and we're not going to try and bluff Big Fat Sam. Pretty likely yes, an ace, I expect. Or a flush. Got max value there, Sammy boy. Gonna keep calling unless the board changes against Krapnoy. Checks the turn. We get raised here, we're just gonna fold. We're not gonna fall for the old fashioned stack of donk line of donk flop check raise turn. We do get raised. It's just a really shit line from him, this. It's that dead old fashioned line. It used to be called the stack of donk line, where you would like bet flop check raise turn. It went out with the arc. It just never has any bluffs here. We have the ace of diamonds, which significantly reduces the amount of bluffs they can have. Just a shit line. If you're gonna donk, just go donk 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 or check raise flop or whatever. It's just a shit line. It's almost never a bluff. And fine, if he has bluffed me, then hallelujah, good for him. But no, it's a good line to take against bad players. It's not a particularly good line to take against players that are somewhat decent. If against fish, yeah, by all means go for it, especially the aggressive fish. But yeah, it's not a good line against anyone decent really, because it is just so value heavy. There's just so few bluffs in it. We turned a flush draw here, and he's bet. If we had a higher flush draw, we'd call, but we don't. One fucking 3-bet size. Is that you muppet? And tag him as a fish now. He's not reloading. He's got kind of 40% VPIP, which could be a product of playing four-handed, but we're not going to respect him much anyway. And we're going to miss the flop and just give up. Jack 7 suited versus a 3-bet. It's going to be a call. And it's going to be a give up. And over 40% of a straight flush very often pre-flop. Another small 3-bet. And another complete brick. It's not fun calling these 3-bets and bricking constantly, but I guess it makes life easy, doesn't it? We just fold. We have to call pre. Then on the king 10-10, our hands utterly worthless. Queen 9 off would be an open sometimes, but we have this super aggro guy on the button, so we'll just let it go. 9/3. You're having fun, aren't you, buddy? You can have the yellow tag. I hope I tagged the right player there. Might just have fallen into the trap of tagging the wrong player. just 2 overcards here. Pretty dry flop though, so we'll start with the c-bet and barrel good turns, those being a jack, king, not a 6, especially when we get called in 2 spots. Jack, king, queen, 10 would all be barrels. Bet our open ender, and we get it through. Very deep here, we're going to 3-bet and we can easily call a 4-bet given stack depth. Three betting slightly bigger because we are a bit deeper. 2 aces. It's a good hand. We're doing quite a lot of check calling here. Got to call once with the 9s, although I don't love it. Same pusher tried it on with us again, and he had just as much success as he did the first time. Hoping to win with the 9s, not too confident, especially when the flush card gets there. 2-6. Did not find a bet or a raise at any point. Well played, you legend. Approaching 38 minutes into the video. Don't know whether to make a second one or just let this. Fuck it, we'll just let this one run. We'll just let this one roll, I think. Definitely 3-betting to isolate G Betfair, who we know is a pretty loose player. Min 3-bet by Shower. Welcome to Greenland, sir. Welcome to Greenland. If you're min 3-betting out of the small blind, you're going to be getting the green tag just as a default. I couldn't give a fuck what your stats turn out to be. You're a fish. Unless it's a misclick, which is not too likely. Not as likely as him just being a complete fucking moron anyway. think I need to tidy up my accounts. I've got fucking money everywhere. I mean, I've got money on 888 on Bet365, and it's not because for poker. It's just like my sports betting, not bankroll, be the wrong word, but account. Money on Unibet, money on Sky, money on PokerStars, money on 888, money on Party Poker. I don't even fucking play there. I think we need to have a bit of a tidy up. I mean, I would imagine I've probably got several £100 across sites that I just barely ever play a hand on. Like, we've got whatever we've got on here, I don't know, like maybe 200 quid. Don't need 200 quid in Bet365. I don't place large sports bets. A few hundred in Unibet, a few hundred in Sky, but I'll keep that in Sky because that's where we play. I think I've got like $90 on Party Poker. No intention of playing there. Why don't you just put the $90 in my bank and buy pizza with it? I know it's nice to have the money on there just to make videos here and now, but we can just move money around. I think we need to I might even have money on sites that I don't even fucking know I've got money on. I might do it tomorrow morning actually. I'm just go like open all of the clients and the accounts where I've got bets. Like Coral would be one. I've probably got some money in Coral and Betfred, and let's see how much. It'll be interesting to see how much I've got, how much I can just scrape off these sites that aren't part of my poker bankroll, just money that I have bobbing around in spots, and just do something with it rather than just have it sat in someone else's account doing something for them. Nothing for me. For those of you who don't know, I don't keep a big bankroll anywhere on any site. If I've ever got more than like £400 on a site, it's just because I've had a heater basically. I don't keep much more than 300 or 400 on Sky at any time, and that's my main site. Everywhere else I have much less on. Oh, well, not much less, but a little bit less. I'm going to defend the 6-7 versus our friend Saint Pusher. Flop an open ender. See you at the river, dude. Three ball. Oh, it's not a three ball, is it? He's gone really big here. Maybe we're not going to see him at the river this time. Raise with our gut shot here. That bet's just too big. It's going to fall to him. We know he's got a propensity to bluff, but we've got 7 high, so why do we care? Next time we see 12 AM, we're going to tag him because it looks like he was playing 100 VPIP over 12 hands. Just going to check back here. Don't expect to win very often, but certainly don't expect him to fall better. And we won. 12 AM. When we're going to see you next? This guy, don't think he's big into 3-betting, so we're just going to defend with a call. Don't like calling out the small blind much, but don't like 3-betting ace-4 suited much either. Like using it as a 4-bet. Don't like 3-betting it very much, especially when they're going to be out of position. It's not my, just isn't my thing. Just isn't something I enjoy doing very much. Could have called here, but I'm in a 3-betting mood, so we'll 3-bet. 6-5 suited, and we're going to pop the 3-bet in again just to prevent us from getting squeezed, and we get called 4-bet anyway. We are a bit deeper. I just have to call him. He's going to have position, and he's going to have a lot of like ace king, ace queen, some other, maybe, well, not many bluffs I wouldn't have thought. I don't think he's going to have too many bluffs there. 100 blinds deep, it's an easy fold. I mean, we have some backdoor equity here, but I don't think we can call. Maybe we can call and then just attack on turns. If he's got ace king or something, he can't bet this turn unless he has ace king of spades. Never mind. This one hasn't worked out. Just way too likely he just has like aces, kings or a set here. It's a shame. Again, 100 blinds deep, it's easy, you just fold pre, but 150 blinds deep and a pure suited connector, kind of want to see a flop. Then no ace or king on the flop, so maybe the flop call was spewy, who knows. I don't hate it. I mean, we had some backdoors, and he might just stab ace king and give up, which will certainly happen a reasonable amount of the time. And at other times, we're just going to like improve to a decent draw on the turn. But instead, it just turned out he either had a very big hand or he turned a big draw and fucked us a little bit. I mean, there's chances to fold there, both pre and... I mean, pre I don't think so very much. What's it called? 4-bet? There wasn't a 3-bet, it was a called 4-bet, wasn't it? Maybe just fold the flop, Reggie. Just fold the flop. I think pre-flop's fine. I was showing off on the flop. Let's have it right. I was just showing off, wasn't I? And I got duly punished for it. Not going to justify it. That's what I think a big mistake lots of people make is they will spew. And instead of you saying, fuck me, that was spewy, or that was shit, they'll try and make some shit justification. As I did at first, I tried to make a justification of my flop call, but we basically floated backdoors in a 4-bet pot. That isn't clever. There's nothing clever about that. Nothing at all clever about that. It's just shit. Took our shot pre-flop, we completely bricked. We should just have been getting the fuck out. Instead of trying to like, oh, let's hope he's got ace king and be a hero. Fucking dickhead. Alright, what's a good sizing here? A little bit bigger. We're deep. If he jams, I'm going to be very unhappy, but probably going to have to call. And this guy never has anything, so who cares about him? I hope he jams. Quite enjoyed these games. Didn't think I would. Haven't played these games for a fucking age. Last time I played these games with any regularity was when I had a Bet365 account. They don't even exist anymore. It was swallowed up by William Hill. Whereas when I had a Bet365 account and I had an 80% rate back deal, which was pretty fucking sweet. It could be fun against the pusher in 2 spots at once. Well, we'll see what the river on this one, and we'll see what happens on this one. The king turn's probably going to fuck us on table 1. I mean, this is a 4-bet pot. I might just have bailed us out that river. Oh, we won. Didn't just bail us out, we fucking won. You're doing double barrel in there, you fucking aggressive mister. What did he just turn up with there? What did you turn up with, Mr. Pusher? I'm trying to find out in my hold'em manager, but it doesn't seem to want to update. What's CMC now? King 5 of diamonds. On the flop he had fuck all. On the turn he had fuck all. He just double barreled. King 5. Let me just bring this into the shot here. It's not going to be too great. No, I can't fucking do it. Hang on a minute. Hang on a more. I've got the fucking screen way too big from when I've been doing replays, and now everything's going tits up. Why is it not fucking going smaller, you fucking piece of shit? Anyway, fuck it. I can't get the picture. But it was your 4-bet King 5 of diamonds pre, which I don't hate, I guess. Flop comes down Ace 6-6. On the flop he bets half pot. 4-bet pot. On the turn he bets $10. On the turn Jack of Hearts, he has 0 equity, absolutely 0 equity when he's called, and he just fires a 0 equity bluff out for another $10 or €10 on the Jack of Hearts, then finally gives up on the 6 river. I mean, that's just the absolute epitome of bad aggressive. Just not giving a fuck and just being aggressive for the sake of being aggressive, and it's not what you want to be doing. You want to be choosing your bluffs that have some equity or that block some of your opponent's calling range, not just fucking random King 5 diamonds on 6-6 Ace Jack. It's not good. Double barrel here if we get called on like a 5 on a 4 on a diamond. Probably check back on an ace given we have some kicker issues, and just bet river or call river if he bets. We can call versus this size. Don't expect to win very often, but we don't need to given we're getting such a good price. And he had us out kicked with the ace 9. That's one hell of a float on the flop, although we did only bet 40% pot, but nevertheless, he's just hoping there, isn't he? He's not really. I mean, I don't know. Doesn't seem good to me, but I wouldn't say I'm particularly well studied in blind versus blind small C bet spots. You're not supposed to fold a lot, to be fair, from his point of view. But now we know he uses those sizings on the river, we can look to get after him when he blocks and just fucking put loads of pressure on, because we know he's capable of betting weak hands small sizes. I'm going to be doing some Razy Daisy in here versus Mr. Betfairman. I'm going to go pretty big because there are some draws he can call with. And from his point of view, there's draws we can have here if he's thinking that way, and then just not fold some hands like pocket pairs and things, and maybe some like random 2-over cards like ace 10 or something, whatever it was, ace queen, ace king. These games might actually be softer than Snap. There's a reasonable chance these games are softer than Snap games, and we have the benefit of not having a HUD as such, but at least being able to get a feel for our opponents as we go along. Can't fall for 20 pence. Just really give the game away. If he bets small again, then he probably isn't very strong. But if he like bombed it all of a sudden, then he was just trying to trap with his flop 20 cents. Anyways, I mean, what the fuck's going on here? Min bet flop, call. Min 3 big blinds turn, check min raise. No, we're out of there. Here's a St. Pusher's stats here. That's why we need to be looking up. 33, 29, 70% c-bet, 80% turn barrel, 60% one-win soft flop. Here's just the guy that you don't fold to very often. That's what St. Pusher is. Certainly you don't want to be like folding too many made hands, stuff like this. Who cares, you know? But if you've got a made hand of reasonable strength against St. Pusher, then, or players like St. Pusher, you're not going to be of a mind to fold them too often. Three bet this versus someone with a full stack. I thought it might be a regular, but I'm not likely to get too many folds versus someone with that stack size who's maybe not too good at poker. He c-bets this flop. Going to raise to like put pressure when he doesn't have an ace. We do have a good shot. If we get called or raised, then we're done with it, obviously. But if he doesn't have an ace, this is going to work very high frequency. Let me just check the lobby. Maybe the numbers are running out of the game now. It seems to be taking longer for the games to start. Yeah, just 20 players in the lobby. Now we've got an hour in now, so that's good. We're going to call it a night. And we've won $72 in this session, which is nice. Some of it was before the session, of course. But I think there's been some interesting spots. Hope you guys have enjoyed them. Sit out two cash tables next big blind. That's what we want to be doing. Yeah, it's been fun. I've enjoyed it. Every chance to play some more of these games. After we go on a scavenger hunt with our... Actually, there's no fold and watch here. With our round our accounts tomorrow. We might just dive back in and we might scavenge around like Betfred and Coral and stuff and just add to this roll here and play them, because at the minute, what have we got? We've got what we've got at the tables plus £108. So what's that going to be? Nearly 200 euros maybe. It's enough just to play the games, I guess. Maybe we don't need to. Three bet really small here and we're really deep. Let's go flush hunting. Gut shot, backdoor flush draw. See you on the turn. 10 of hearts would be fucking delightful, wouldn't it? 8 of spades less so. Easy fold. There we go. End of session. Bit of no limit for you guys. Maybe some more to come. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. I've certainly enjoyed playing this session. Been some interesting spots. And yeah, catch up again soon. Take care everybody and bye bye for now.